industrial complex could continue to just churn out all of the weapons and continue to kind of suck out the.
Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-VERSE and this is the continuation of this list, or more than the list actually, world building, and at this point I'm working on the OC character Dorothy for that sci-fi universe. And so here I am still struggling to get this rig done, the mouth rig, to allow the 3D cartoony expressions, 3D, right, that I want, and this is very challenging. So lately I have been inspired by low poly more, very ultra low poly, non-photorealistic render, even simpler than that, right? Image texture, shading, all that stuff from retro games, old school games, you know, the Iron Age, maybe the Bronze Age, not to say the Stone Age, but yeah, the of CG graphics, right? So I'm from the 80s, so I have this old school retro aesthetic on my blood, on the spirit. Of course, it's not because I was born on that time, it's just because I ended up liking that thing, that I played games at that time. So there's an additional reason that I like that. One doesn't need to have lived on that time to appreciate and even to do this. That's why it exists today as retro styles, right? Retro genre. So okay, everyone knows about that, so why I'm talking about this basic stuff. So here this time I will show the file with the advanced it's advanced rigging, organic rig. Is the universal sonic mouth rig setup. This is the file you can find in Blender Artist forum for free, and this is supposedly, there's not the head here, this is just a muzzle, and I've opened this file here this time because at this point I'm in a very critical stage of the, so this was the expression that I took the screenshot for the thumbnail, right? I am really very close to find out if this universal sonic mouth rig will be good enough for the kind of expressions I want to do, and also for this character, right? It's a 3D adaptation from a 2D style. So this character has a muzzle, right? Sort of like furry, like Sonic, like those, even some anime styles that maybe have something like that. So it's very cartoony. Even Disney and stuff have some sort of muzzle, the anthropomorphic characters, right? So it's very cute, fuzzy thing, but it's it gets very easy. It's very easy to get it uncanny, right? if we do it wrong. And because I was sort of relatively successful at making this work for my style in the 3D, took me 3 years maybe, but not because I don't work with 3D, at least not yet, not professionally, but yes. So I've been doing this on my free time for a long time, and now recently is there where I have been trying to professionalize on that domain. And so the style is started getting to work on adaptation, but rigging is another story, right? Organic rigging. This is low poly, but it's not super low poly, right? So the more low poly, depending, the more organic it gets by getting higher poly, the more complex it becomes to deal with the shapes usually, right? If there are complex shapes involved, muscles, skin, flesh, bony structures, whatever. So I'm in this critical point in which I don't want to do a Pixar rig, sort of like super perfectionist expression, but I want to get something close to that, in the sense, but not in the sense of Pixar, but in the sense of my own style from 2D, which is very influenced by anime, manga, and even some cartoony, very original cartoon artists everywhere we find. So there's a long trajectory for myself, even in 2D, right? And then finally I decided that, well, maybe now, what about 3D, right? So, but long story short, so now I'm at the point of finding this solution to work for the melt expressions that I want. But it's still very difficult because I've expanded the melt like that on the rest position of the mesh and even of the bones, because maybe I've exaggerated a little, because that would supposedly, assumedly, from what I already know from rigging, improve the quality of the universal sonic melt rig which we see here. However, indeed, maybe I exaggerated it a little, so that was my mistake. Not that it is wrong, but maybe this exaggeration made this really critically bad. So now I have to sort of... So this is what the universal sonic melt rig does, essentially. You see where the melt goes, right? So this is the idea. We want to have smooth, we want to have the possibility of the melt hole going everywhere, but at the same time that it does all that, we also want to have the I should do something. Hold on, let's do something about these bones here. Aren't there? Yeah, no shapes here. So, but I have an idea here. So let's get these bones here. Let's go in here. Oh, maybe. Why this doesn't? Oh, using the wrong. I hope that didn't destroy the. Okay, let's reload here, just in case maybe I messed something. So I want to hide that. The other are mechanism stuff, I guess. So I know already how this setup works, more generally speaking, but I need to. Okay, so this will be the mouth bones. Then let's get this like this. I've sort of redisposed the file here to my own requirements, right? For analysis, my own investigation. So indeed, maybe I've exaggerated the extent to which the mouth. You see, there's a slight curvature, like it sounds that the mouth is happy, but this is because of the It's because of you see the inclination that. So my character design is the same idea. It's the same. It has a muzzle and it has this inclination here for the mouth and the lips, and so we can see it from here. It's not so inclined, it's a little, in this case it's a little less inclined, but it's more horizontalized, but it's still an angle here. It's a powerful angle, right? This is even more. So it of course this will vary also according to the expression, right? If the mouth goes down, the angle grows, but there is a rest position or a neutral pose or neutral expression, right, for the mouth, the position of the mouth hole, and even the 2D drawing that we can say that is it. So there is this if on the front view, in the side view we see the angle, but on the front view there is this, it looks like the mouth is happy, but this is still a neutral expression actually. So we could say that the natural expression of the character is being happy, even if we want, but the idea here is that I need to have this thing, and I already have, so that's why this neutral position is like that. But of course, as I've mentioned, this is I've reset the pose. Yes. Oh, something is not resetting. What's going on? Apparently I have some other bones which are not reset. Arcades maybe? No, this is mechanism arcade. Let's go for the controls. Yeah, there we go. So just that. Why the mouth must be wider, or it's because it should improve the, and you see, improve the deforms, right? It's all about deforms because there are shape keys here, quite many, but it doesn't matter. I'm not. Here I disable all the shape keys. The idea for me is to use shape keys for just final outputs, and some special use that I found that can work on top of this rig. I've been talking about that, the anatomical shape key, a special technique that while studying this setup, the universal sonic mouth rig, I found out that it could work, like we can shape the anatomic lip, the volume lip, on top of this setup. That is pretty interesting. So it's fixed shape key. It's not driven by anything. It's just you create the shape key on top of this, so it bypasses the armature deform. So you see how the lips are very regular. And here I'm just finding something quite interesting, is that so I'm as I've been trying to reproduce most of the features that are the essential in my character. I've tried many times, right? But now I'm doing this in a very perfectionist way, we'll say like that, precise way, because now I'm making this character. I really want the best expressions as I can reach, so I cannot have unperfected things. I need to go deep here and see. So in principle, if this rig, which allows cool cartoony expressions, although stylized, the expressions that I want maybe are slightly more advanced, but it doesn't matter. I've seen some other uses of this setup, it's in the documentation, and in principle it looks like I see an example with that muzzle card that requires, it looks like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like we can shape cool expressions with the muzzle, even with the mouth, even with volume. So let's go to the, where's the armature here? Sorry folks, I got a bit distracted here. Let's go back here. Where is the bones, right? Why I am not picking the... Okay, so alright, so they are hidden, but something weird was happening. Okay, so I want this one. Let's also get... Oh, there's still this one, so I'll ignore this. These are puff cheek bones. These are shape key stuff, but I'll keep these ones visible. So I'm gonna also change their thing here, made them so I can identify that is the stuff that I'm testing, that I want to understand better. So as we see here, the rest position of the mouth, right? The lips are very close together and they are very regular despite the Another thing interesting here that I haven't noticed. I'm not sure I'll be able to reproduce that. You see that if we see from this angle, it is curved like that, so the happy mouth. But if you see from front, it's completely linear. This may not match. Well, I have this here, sort of. Yeah, so I misunderstood the geometry. Actually, I did the same thing, but so this is a consequence of having the... Okay, so I thought I did that unconsciously. So it ended up to being the same idea. So if you look from a certain angle here, it is straight, it is line. But you see that let's go back to some... Yeah, this will be better. So you see that the lips that I have, they are not very well aligned. They're not very regular. It's creepy. And also there is the regularity is not very well. They are not very close together. And besides all that, yeah, it is too large. And the geometry, let's see how the arrangement there, this is because I had to rearrange. Let's see if there's anything that here is okay, so there's a gap here, but this yes, I tried to reproduce that, and as we approach the other places. Okay, so there is a gap here. I cannot leave this big gap here in the geometry of my character because it requires, it's a little more organic shapes here. It's very delicate, so if I need more mesh subdivisions, maybe not as many as I did here, but you see, yeah, maybe I could dissolve some yeah, I think it might be possible that I can dissolve one on another, because I still work with subdivision surface modifier, so maybe it's not a terrible idea to simplify that. But yeah, you already start to see we got some problems. So if this is bad for the characters, so I must be very careful about the amount of... But this looks plausible to work this way, right? There are many... This is still the muzzle, right? So this is not the head, this is the inside of the mouth, so this, do not get confused. So you see that this goes very high, maybe even higher than my own model. So this is not the same, right? And my character has a chin. The chin of this character is like it's different, right? So of course things are quite different. The nose of my character is a real nose, is not the nose of a real muzzle, right? So naturally things will be different, and here I've sort of disrupted some of the... so I would have to make some redistribution there. So I'm sort of messing a little of the character design, which is bad, but that's okay, because this mesh is very disorganized even now, so I'm okay keeping some I'm okay working a little more on this to get it better. Rearrangement, mesh topology, I've just changed that, and I hope this will be enough. It is not. If it's not enough, I'll try to do something about that, but this part I really have been... Yeah, so now I have at least this continuation, so maybe this will be better. I will see how that relates to the rest of the rig. I'm still testing. The fact is that, yes, for this character there is not... Well, the idea here is that will follow like in a curve. So this is an interesting proposition. Maybe I should use that, except that the one that I have here is really pointing. So I have this actually. So maybe I should... Yeah, I see. Okay, so this is a problem here, this phase, because the tendency, as I smooth this out, the tendency of this is that it will get... Yeah, this is a brick in the mesh, in the yeah, so I think this will be a problem. I have been a problem with this since I started making this whole loops, face loops reaching the corner, so to match this, and indeed that improved the possibility of the mouth hole of my character to go very further away. So we see I have some hard work to get these lips very close together, like in here, very aligned. So I'll have this time, I think I'm just gonna delete, I'm gonna delete the mesh of the lips. I don't care, it's too hard to, and then just re-extrude, right? It's just bad, it's just smarter to do that. I'll have to perhaps re-wave paint or but I found out that also I'll need to re-wave paint anyways these bones, because you see that there is some blended waves, but not between this and this. Alright, they don't touch, but here there are lots of blended waves already. Maybe just one face loop, and very minimal. So it's very minimal stuff. Here there's a little more, but this is the corner, and here it's a bit different. So it's just for the... so two here, two edge loops of shear blended waves, and here two edge loops of blended wave 2 in the between them. So because the mouth corner, so lips corner, so maybe that makes sense. Here just two also between the center and here, but they are very low. Here there's a little higher, right? Except especially here, but should be the same here. I don't know if this was made by automatic waves or paint manually or both, but we get the pattern here. So in principle this doesn't share waves with that, but so this was one of the problems, and how high they go is important too. They in principle go so they are larger influence on these two. Let's say still this is lips edge loops, this is mouth edge loops, right? And this is already beyond that. So you see there are some expansions there towards so this can be more provided they don't touch the lips, that is fine, but they should be focused on, these are the muzzle stuff. It's they have a different use. They are more complex here because these waves will affect both the muzzle and the sub-muzzle, which is a ghost muzzle, which deforms behind at the same pace of these ones, but they do not include the lips. So the lips, they deform only on the main stuff. I could show you here how it is, but it's already on my rig. So basically we have we have the muzzle here, the mouth, but this is muzzle, right? And then below there is this muzzle. So there's no mouth hole here, so it's just curving, right? Continuation, so that the mesh of the lips will surf on top of all that freely, sort of, through shrink wrap modifier. and so there is the muzzle. So these bones have the same influence on both meshes, the mouth and the muzzle, or for me the muzzle, or which is part of the body, right? And here the head is separated, but that's another story. And the muzzle is the ghost muzzle mesh. It's right, just wire for me. It's locked, it's invisible, it's just present for the operation to work the shrink wrap, right? And so these mesh, these deformed bones won't affect the ghost. And the ghost doesn't have a mouth, doesn't have a mouth hole, doesn't have lips. It's like flat there, continuous. So these will carry, this won't deform the mesh that is below, the invisible mesh, but these will. So these will shape the whole muzzle, the whole face, right? Or on the muzzle region, right? And these will shape the lips. And you see how cool those can be for cartoony expressions, right? And so one thing, you see there are no bone constraints here. It's all, yeah. So I've decided to make this. We still have eventually some difficulties but this is according to the, right? We cannot get this very high, and for my characters also is the same. Because and so we can have some problems if we don't do that very well this, but also I've disabled many other structures here of the rig. So if we do something like that, I'm not sure about everything. So these are reinforcers, because we already have a subdivision there and a shrink wrap, but we can, I'm trying to do just with two, but these are just, could say they are just reinforcers for the, oh, and also that will need to be done for both things. No. All right, so let's try again, and let's try to I'll try this time to do something more specific. I want to see if I can shape a mouth shape of my character that I would like to have in here. So in principle I want something more angular, and we see that it's sort of possible, right? So it's very simple, right? When we have the good rig work. Also, there is some wave paint for this bone, which I'm not totally sure what is the purpose. It's sort a way to follow up the mouth, the lips bones, I guess. If I turn this off, let's check the difference here. I think there might be some explanation there, but I don't remember. The fact is that I can just check the difference. Maybe it's fundamental, maybe it's not. Well, you see, it doesn't seem to be responsible for the rig to break or not, so it's just probably an improvement. It's not like the structure of the lips and the muzzle and the meshes, right? So I think it's a complement to this, because there's no bone like this, at least not in this rig for this region. So it complements that for the so you see, I can bring this mouth expression anywhere. So this is totally cool, right, folks? This is absolutely cool. So this is in principle that why I wouldn't be able to have this working on my characters if I'm following most of the essentials, right? So let's try to figure this out. So this is why I believe this, oh no, I opened a third Blender, let's close that immediately. So no, it didn't close. Okay, close now. So let's try to do it really close to the original, right? Again, right, because it's not a simple rig, right? It's not also super complicated if you consider the techniques employed, but it's more complex when we go into the organic part, right? The shapes, the good shapes, the proper shapes, the character design, everything like that. So there is so those differences will certainly make this way more complex, and personal choices and all that. So in my opinion, there is no reason why in my character design, why in my vision, why I can't reproduce this. You say I'm nearly reproducing mostly every feature, but yes, let's try something. So one problem that I'm having that I do not understand, and maybe that's the purpose of this wave painting, or maybe not. No, let's check here. So let's say I bring this mount right there. It could be that I'm forgetting a special feature. Yeah, so this is not responsible for the bringing the lips to the entire other side. So this is a problem that I'm having. It's easier to carry them out on the other side if the lips are not very far away. So one possibility that is failing is that the anatomy of the muzzle of my character is not smooth enough on the rest position, or it is not, yeah, it might not be as smooth as that, it might be more irregular. So this translation, whatever, this motion, it doesn't occur very gently, and that disrupt the lips at some point. So this could be the one of the culprits, and if that's the case, I don't think I can do a lot of things to compensate for that. But then certainly one thing that it's so, let's note that down, so because I need to make sure that, so make lips nearly glued, yeah, top and bottom lips nearly glued together. Make total linear how to say, regularity. Make lips mesh completely linear and regular. Yeah. Linear, completely linear, meaning still, yeah, no, it's not linear, let's not confuse this. So really regular. All right, so this is one point. This is what I'm going to address now. Here, yeah, to highlight this, this mesh, lips, mesh density, geometry, topology, depth, lips, bones, arrangements. Yes, I'm already checking. Revise problem of this roughness. Okay, so I already know. I can see. So I need to reduce the length again. Is there some proportionality that I can think of? Let's say, yeah, like it's a little more than 1/3 of the, maybe, let's see, It's like we see nearly 3 squares here, and yeah, so it's like nearly 1/3, maybe a little more, right? Yeah, about 1/3 of the length of the face. So let's compare here. What I have here is not adequate. So if I were to take like 1/3 of the face, so that will be half. Let's go to the half. So it's just, it will be somewhere like here. Let's get a measurement here. Yeah, this is terrible idea. So if I get this, this is 2, right? So divide by 3 is about, is lists and 7, so 6 point something, so something like that, around here, right? So maybe a little less, a little, yeah, so something about here. So it's like, if I get here, it's nearly, yeah, close to this. So it's not very far from where I had the mouth originally. So yeah, about the eye is a good reference. So, or even the, if I could have some, let's see, yeah, this is a, the eye, yeah, so I catch this idea. It's the beginning of the top curvature of the eye there, so in that corner, that's a good one. So why I'm doing this very precise observations? Well, because if I do all those things and it still don't, I still not able to make the expression that I want, so I'm gonna keep diving on that, digging, right, digging on that until I reach a conclusion. So if really I cannot achieve by that on this streaming sequence of days, right, maybe assuming a very critical situation where I do all I can, I can't find this on the end of all this research, should take just a few days from now on, because I believe I'm very close to a solution. It's already providing relevant upgrades according to what I had in the beginning, so I'm getting somewhere. But if in the end I will not be able to do that on a short term, on a very short term in terms of days, then I'll leave it behind as it is. Well, I've reached this. This is the maximum I could get. Maybe in the future I also in the short term, but not so shortest term, I will go back and try more stuff, right? And try to find, but I think it's possible. But in the worst case scenario that it is not possible, I have an alternative plan which I've been researching for a long time, but now I'm starting to get convinced that should be very good for me in the sense of 3D artwork, CG, right? As I doing is going for very low poly style, so making this style not in the way of this low medium poly, something like that, which is cool, but I'm thinking about going that I don't need for my stylistic adaptation so much complexity. I can go, maybe I wasn't pushing enough the simplicity that I love. I love complexity, but I love simplicity also. It's a paradoxical stuff. So let's say I like stylized, and stylized doesn't need sometimes a lot. We can do more with less. Basically, that's my brand. It's the idea of the Chinese painter, right? Nearly did cartoons with cartoonic painting at the oldest times, right? So these are my. I'm a great appreciator of that stylistic sensibility of the ancient Chinese painters. Uh, that is exceptional thing, right? With a few strokes, there are some legends about that too, and with a few strokes you get the core of the essence. It's like they're scripting, right? They're writing the hanzi, right? Something like that, which is in Japanese the equivalent, not the equivalent of the kanji, except the kanji were adapted and imported from China, of course. We all know that. So so it's not an accident they are spelled nearly the same, the hanzi and the kanji. So okay folks, so linguistic stuff. Let's go for this very challenging thing. It's the most challenging thing I've ever faced in organic rigging. I don't remain because any other challenge, okay, I sort of found a way. This one I can't find a way as of yet. The best proponent for, at least for this level of mesh realism, if we can call this mesh realism, yeah, is this solution. Unshaped keys, right? But I'm reluctant for shaped keys, right? So let's go for this approach. So what I need to do here, yeah, let's redo this, right? So first thing, no more of these inner lips things. We want a very regular mesh, and that's it. We'll start with this stuff. And how to deal with that stuff now? I will have to reuse my the technique that I've used the last video for this, which is sort of annoying. Oh, also let's fix the arrangement here. Let's also, this I won't note, but we're still gonna get it done. Let's disable here the subdivision surface modifier. Let's see, subdivision. So let's look at this. So you have one here, then three. Yes, this will vary, not, and two here. So okay, I'm using this two. Let's make sure that is the case. Yes, that is the case. They are very close together or not? No, they start close and then they widen up. Yeah, so this is micro difference. I don't think that really matters. I should be careful here not to disturb this mesh because there is a, yeah, so what I'm doing here is wrong. I've made some change which could be detrimental to the geometry of the character, so I'm going to I'm messing up. So let's get something here. I need to hide all those stuff. I hide the hair, I hide everything there. I just need the mesh of the muzzle, so it's like hide muzzle. Let's see. Why I'm not playing any soundtrack? Let's get this more spacey. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, let's go back here. Okay, so this counting here doesn't really matter, I think, because maybe it has some relation with the amount of bones, but this is very, I think this is arbitrary. It's not the fundamental thing of the universal sonic melt rig. So let's see how it approaches the center. There's two very close to the center lip. Okay, that's I have this, right? Let's get this closer anyways. Then there is two before the corners. Then I have three. Okay, and I'm gonna reduce anyway, so this means that this probably should get closer to the center even. The mesh also doesn't match, so this is something that I will also have to regulate. Either I take off one subdivision or I create a new one. So this is very complicated, I think, because if I simplify here, I just lose very important. Well, yeah, this I'm not sure here, so I'm gonna keep that. For now, so I have this, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there is, no, hold on, I counted wrong, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so it's clear I could have another subdivision there. So how does that operate? Yeah, I can probably just, I'm gonna bring this like here, and then I'm gonna just make another. That's okay. So that fixed one of the little problems that I found out before. So this one, let's push it here. Let's push these ones here. I'm sliding, so this one, let's push it here. And sliding so I don't lose the geometry, not totally, right? So I have a mapping of the and yeah, so how that behave here is something that okay, so they go diagonally, they don't care about going straight up or straight down, which for certain mount rigs it's a good regularity to have, but this is different because of this particular geometry, the functionalities here, so it really go radial. Yeah, so this is important to take into account. This mesh needs to go radial. Let's see also how it handles here. No, it's just, yeah, just as blocky stuff there and radial. So, and the lips is very, oh, there's no lips here. Okay, so that's maybe that's the case. I need to make these lips. Why these lips are so big? Actually, this is stupid. Not stupid, like it's a bad choice, because I can grow these lips with wait, there is no mesh like that. The lips is inside. Yes, I'm doing this because my character needs lips, so maybe this is a mistake from my part, but maybe this is one of the reasons why the lips were getting so deformed in some strange way. So this is risky what I'm doing, so I'm gonna make a halfway small lips there. Besides the fact I'll have to, anyways, I'll have to change the length, right? So let's get this doing. So let's find the other muzzle. Don't I have a, okay, what's happening there? Did I made a bad, naming of that? Most likely. No? Muzzle? What is going wrong? Oh, it might... There you go, so... Shrink wrap muzzle, this is old stuff, I don't care. So muzzle full, I guess. Select. Yes, yeah, so this is a good selection. Hide everything except that. Then I'm going to save this as a... Okay, today, yes, and not still... I passed the day, so BD, okay, but for me it's still the counting still as yesterday, as yeah. So let's see this. I need to push, yeah, so sorry folks, this is in front. So what I need here is to get, I don't need the selection, but I need this mouth, no mouth interior, but I need the muzzle go static or this one. I think this one I've updated later on, and this one is lacking update. So I'm gonna use that to use as a snapper. So snap, I already know. Snap, individual origins, proportional editing, then exclude non-select. This must be on edit mode, sorry. Here I'm not using subdivision here. No, let's use subdivisions, yeah, for the snapping thing, but for the snapper target, right, which is below, let's make it unselectable, and let's okay, and then let's get an edit mode here for the face, and also include non-edited. That's it. I'm seeing the mouth interior, I shouldn't be looking at it, so now that's perfect. I also don't need to look at the armature, so let's focus here. We're going to make all this stuff correctly this time. So I'll keep this angle, but we're gonna approach this very closely. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a lot, but I don't know why this is... They'll try to make this very regular. Let's see if they match the edge loops, they match positions. Yeah, so very interesting. So it's detail by detail, and when you see, there are a lot of things to take into account for. So apparently I was so focused on my own stuff, that and it's complicated, right? There are too many things to take into account, and for adaptation, right, I'm not doing exactly that kind of face. I cannot just copy blindly, right? There are many things to take into account, the difference, right? Because I cannot simply get my own character and copy it cannot be, right? It must be found the adaptation. So there needs some supervision, some analysis, some stepping behind and look at stuff over and over again, reading the documentation, whatever. I have read already. Maybe if I read again at this point I'll get better insight, but from what I've seen, just looking now at the file should be good enough, as I've been doing. But as much as I'm finding new problems and rechecking everything, it looks like that I'm starting to understand better. Oh, I'm doing this completely wrong. So okay, bad organization here. So I should be doing this from the correct angle. Yeah, so this was a stupid mistake. And also there's another problem. I need to find the real, this also will lead me to another mistake. I need to know exactly or approximately which will be the, there should be a way to make this mesh very regular in a single way, but alright, I need to know where the put the lips yeah, okay, at least I can show just the left. No, it's not enough, so let's unhide. So it will be about here. Yes, now this corner here. Yeah, so how will I remember that? Is by yeah, how can, okay, it's this one, this positioning here, right? So I don't need to, I'll just get okay, I have the reference, it was about here, so I'm just gonna push this madly into inwards, right? And then I'll try to rearrange this mesh, provide this is snapping correctly, which it isn't for some very strange reason. Okay, but then just let's re-snap this stuff. Alright. Will that snap correctly? What's happening there? Oh, snap to the eye, of course. Fine. Yeah, so I've dissolved the face, an entire edge loop. Maybe I'll have to remake it, but not now. So what about the face loops there? Yeah, I can. No, I can't. I still need to. I need this. So it was about here, right? Yes, it was about here. So I need to push still the lips inward. So wow, that's a lot more than I thought. So what's happening here? And again, this is failing the snapping. So maybe it's the proportional editing. No, it's really, this is the only thing that works. I really don't understand. Before it was another one that it looks like buggy to me. I always relied on that for the eyelids thing. Why this is failing now for me? Okay, then here yeah, that's why I didn't want to use that. It is snapping on some very crazy positions. So here, about here, right? Yeah, so yeah, about that position indeed. So let's go, let's continue here. Let's hope that this time it will collaborate. So you see there are a lot of vertices here, maybe more than I'd like to have for... Maybe I have excessive face loops already for the mouth. for the lips, yeah, for the mouth. But we're getting this idea. I'm gonna calculate this with my fingers on the screen. Yes, proportions, that it's about that. So I can start shaping now these. So if we get, okay, so I have this angle here that seems okay. I think that is not compromising much. So now I just need to find here what would be the proper angle. This is probably, might be that, right? It's very distorted here, so let's just try to find this out. So I leave this blocky, slightly blocked mesh for the lips, right? So not too large and not as before, but also not too thin, because I think too thin it could be dangerous. It would actually be, I don't know, I think it will be a problem. So I'm giving it just some slight thickness here to start with, not too much as and chaotic. So I just need to reorganize this mesh here. And there is a question, should I get this very regular or not? I think this is okay. Let's save here, and let's also save here. So yeah, in principle the mesh should be regular. I want to have more face loops because of the shape of the muzzle that goes into the mouth. So it's not like I have a lot of, if I dissolve, I'm very afraid to lose the precise calculations that I've made for the current shape of the muzzle. It's very difficult to model that, even with low poly. It requires a lot of precision, and it never gets good enough. In my opinion, it's very hard to get this 3D shape accurate, but it's good enough, and I required exactly that amount of geometry there. And I don't want to dissolve because because I believe that will make me lose the precise shapes which I've obtained. So in here I could try to align these vertices with some operation, right? There are some smart way to do, even maybe align from view, right? If that is, yeah. So here I can probably scale this down, scale more. How is that the way it is done? Well, it works differently there because it doesn't have the lips inside, and I believe the lips inside won't allow me to explore the anatomy of the lips the way I want. For complicated reasons. Yes, for complicated reasons. So there should be many setups to approach. It's because the lips. This is why maybe I should make this slightly close. Yeah, let's try this. This should be good. Then this, but this will kill a little of the regularity, right? So maybe I should try to do this. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, it's awkward, but it's regularity. So what I can do here would be a curious thing. I never did that, but that's an operation that should be valid. So if I go here and from view, let's say I want to SZ0, no, individual, let's try to, can I ignore all that? No snapping, alright. No proportion. SZ0, no. SY0. SX0, no. So this sound seems to have done something. Yeah, so SY0. Let's do it again. Oh, that's what's happening there is an illusion. Yeah, that's not good. Anyways, it's not snapping, so let's snap that. Maybe it got aligned in some way. Let's do now for this one. So I lost the view, but at least that SY0 it will align. Then I get this, and no, that doesn't work because yeah, so in principle, the more regular the lips are, the best. So this is why I'm trying to do this with extreme precision. And maybe smooth, then alright. So now this mesh is secured, but yeah, I can try to work on these ones here. So let's see where this, okay, so there are 2 here and then 3 edge rings at the end, so nearly nothing in the center. So maybe I cannot do exactly that, so what I can do is just try to smooth this out, place it, yeah, something like that. Let's see if there's any pattern here of, no, it's very circular, so yeah. Alright, then I think I can get another one, so I'm gonna place it closer here. And there is this the orientations I have here, the radial thing, it looks pretty good, like it's very radial already, so the radial thing is not probably gonna be a problem. Then for the other ones, yeah, I would gonna change this topology because I'm very wary that this never would work. It was never working fine, so let's instead merge at last, and here yeah, also merge at last. I think I did something wrong there indeed. So what I did wrong is that I need yes, so what I did wrong was simple, is that this must match there as a continuation. There's not this, so merge at last, no, actually merge at center, doesn't really matter, merge at center, this, wait, I messed up again. There's just dissolve all that, right? And then here I need to, oh, that will destroy the shape that I have, so this is, Yeah, it's like I would need another, yeah, so I can use this one maybe. Not sure that's a great idea, but I don't have the center one here, so I really rely on this to be very close. Oh, I cannot use proportional editing here. Let's try to reach that. Then here, let's dissolve this, right? And so this loops around there, that's okay. Then let's try to get this as close as possible to that. And here should be fine. Okay, I have this, so here just got this like that, like this. Let's match these shapes there, yes. Okay, so the radial thing here, why you're going so far, just go there. I think here we got some, it's still a quad but very bizarre, so could have maybe this going on another loop there, it should be better maybe, instead of doing that. Yeah, so this is for later, I don't really care, it's not the topic here. So I had to readdress this thing, so let's get this thing closer. Yeah, so here we can have lot of, so I have already sort of 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, 1, 2 and 3, that's, and they get closer to the edge there, and that's fine. But this doesn't seem to be going far enough there. Well, yeah, but it's quite travel there. And this also I don't care right now what happens to it. Yeah, this could be bad, so this is why this should be, yeah, must be careful about that. That is for later. That shape is not fundamental right now. We'll see what happens. The important thing is that I believe this is an improvement to the shapes here. And so here let's go more aligned because it's very close to the sun, and then let's keep going the radial stuff. Except that here I'm a little scared that there's too many space empty here, but yeah, fine. But this seems to be very good. Okay, so that was huge. So a lot of things changed here. Remember, this is not the lips. The lips are hidden, so I wouldn't. Yeah, so I wouldn't have trouble with them yet. Now it's very simple what to do here. Let's extrude this without this stuff and extrude along normal. Extrude Y, Z, X, no. Yeah, maybe should be this is extruding? No, this is pushing. So let's try local. X, Z, can't get it done, so Y. always fail to understand this, so okay, so let's use a mirror, disable this. Look, Control E to the opposite side of the mirror, so now I see the here. Then from view, can I, is there a rotator for that? There is some view thing. Shift. No, there's one. Okay, I don't think I can roll this differently, so okay, extrude. Alright, that way, that's fine. Then let's subdivide like here, then here just normal scale, and now oh, this is not the center there. Let's try 3D cursor, individual origins. Now let's try view, and I don't know, transform orientation, I don't know, 3D cursor, and medium, no, it's 3D cursor, okay. Nope, it's not caving, also it's G, Z, S, Z, no. This should be a very simple thing to do, but just can't find for this particular mesh. I want to spread these apart. GZ, no. SX, XY, XZ. Yeah, I have no idea, but this is not so important. So this, let's just move up manually then, and this move down. Something like that, and then for this, let's move it to the side, yes. And then all of this, let's also, let's move it GY, actually on GY a little, GZ a little, yeah, so they compensate for the inclination, that's it. Now the, yes, so I can save that. Why am I on this view? Okay, that is progress, at least regarding the experimentation. Let's go here, let's make top and bottom, it's nearly glued together, check to make lips mesh really regular. Now it's really regular. Yeah, no, let's skip that here. Then muzzle plus lips mesh density geometry topology, depth lips arrangement wave paint, not the wave paint yet. Round disrupted mesh have become tiny horizontally. Yes, yes, this is when the mouth, I tried to make it reach each side. So mesh lips. So a good thing about this new rest position is that in principle I don't, maybe here I won't require to create mechanism bones for the warp system, because the lips are so close that, yeah, it's not great, but I mean, maybe this is acceptable as the rest position. If I reset all the bones, it would be a lot of work to create the... I've already considered, because I have to create a warp bone for each, a mechanism warp bone for each of the deformed bones. Reposition everyone on the rest position that then I'll have to make these warp bones relate. So it's double amount of bones. It's really annoying. So instead, what I can have is just to have this as the rest pose and rest position, and well, and the rest pose as well, and just to solve whichever expression with just a single pose asset click. Yeah. And if in the end I find that it's really annoying, then yes, then I could create this amount of bones. I haven't figured out a simpler way to do that, and one problem that is restrictive, sort of, is that the bones that I have on the lips, they contain already plenty of, not plenty, but yeah, they contain already copy transforms bone constraint. That means that and they are supposed to be manually controlled, so they are stacking. These deformed bones are stacking functionalities. They are as much deformed bones as control bones, and of course this is not very organized, but it simplifies the rig a lot to have. They were originally just tweak bones, but then I've changed them to be, yes, they were tweak bones that deformed, and now the mesh, and now they are purely deformed bones, but they are still supposed to be posed manually as details. Alright, so would I test this rig already? Yeah, I can test, but I'm not entirely, yeah, this is not like, I don't expect anything fabulous here, because the wave paint still has to come into play. And you see, I'm still having trouble with... So one thing I can do, however, is to try to see... Let's try to turn all those off. Yeah, okay, so there are still some bones here with some, yeah, copy transforms. Okay, so these weren't enabled. So why I'm doing that? Yes, actually, let's skip those with this, just because they are the, yeah. So I'm eliminating the influences there of the other bone constraints, so that I can really assess what's going on more in relation to the universal sonic mouth rig. And as you can see, it seems to be going well, but hold on, let's see what we can... It seems to be more regular indeed. I need to disable some bones here. Hold on. So I have, if they aren't disabled already, there are some muzzle bones that... Also, let me change their names right now on the spot, because these names have been... So this is a control... prof nose, yes, prof nose profile, or yeah, profile, whatever, nose. Yeah, just that, control profile nose 001. Actually, nose tip, nose bridge, a little problem here, okay, on the names. So this is control, it's not exactly a control here, those are, but that, whatever. So profile chin, profile lip under, I don't know how that's called, and this will be profile lip upper. Also, I don't know how to, yeah, that will be confusing, but then, and so this is def profile. No, there's an opportunity to rename those things, right? So 1B maybe? I'm not sure about the eyes is A, but then there's the eyebrows, there are other stuff, so yeah, so this could be along this. So just one profile, one for now is fine. So one profile, yeah, mouth under, no, actually could be muzzle under, muzzle bots, I don't know. Muzzle top. So instead here of lipper, lip, mouth top, mouth top bot, yeah, this will, but it's okay because these are the bones that will bring those to the as profile chin, yeah, those into vertex groups. So this is why they, so this is nose bridge, yeah, so def 1 profile, yeah, still for a nose bridge, because that's what the form is, and muzzle top, yeah, so this could be nose bridge, this is profile nose tip 001, yeah, because I know they are going to this direction, I guess. I am not even sure what control profile nose tip. No, they are going this. They match here, right? Oh no, they are going up. All right, never mind. So this is will be the oh, those are what are those? Parent? Sorry folks, I need to think here, so tweak muzzle, let's see. Ah, this is not carrying. I think I just disabled something. No? Something is missed there. Nose tip. So okay, they are being why this is just not simply parented, right? Okay, this is parented, so let's just parent this. Oh, it is already parented. Alright, so that's correct. But they are stacking some... Yeah, why does it have this copy transforms and... Just an alternative, but this is not necessary. Okay. So my idea was... Okay, so I've changed this... yeah, also... Let's reset here, maybe there are some changes. Yeah, so maybe I need to, just to make sure, let's disable these ones. And these are def ones, fine. So this is all about the face rig, so that's why the vertex group will be named 1. It will be better for organization. Now I don't need these muzzle things anymore. I've just disabled them, so let's see if that can provide us any insight, better insight in however this is working. Alright, so we can see that there are some crazy deforms which are happening, and this, of course, we haven't reassessed the wave painting. So it's not surprising that if things still are not that regular or attractive. Also, I can use the arcades here to see if I can okay, so I always fail to see where is the yeah, there is a bone that is missing. I do not see it. I can't have deleted it. It's in some collection most likely. There we go. So what is this bones? It's okay, so isolate, visibility, mechanism out. Yeah, so this is just going to move it to mechanism arcade, and Shift M also to mechanism in general. Then what are those? These are things that I just gonna delete for now. I don't need this, and I think this is the only bone here, so let's move it to the new collection that I should have for a long time. Control mouth, so Alt M control mouth. So this mechanism now you can delete. For here I'm gonna get this control so let's say command mouth position. Let's also change this color to this. For some reason it resets the so this color can be, I think, this one. And the lips, so control lips. Let's get Alt M to control mouth. Then I can get this one to tweak lips, so it's like, but I'll take this off from Shift M, take them off from tweak lips. Hold on, didn't work. What's happening here? Okay, so just Alt M, then back to control mouth. Now this is correct. The orientation of this seems bad, so I think I can just try to get this, let's say, shrink wrap muzzle static, the other muzzle dynamic. Apparently it's just like that, so this is nothing to do about this for now. That's okay. So but I can make it like that later on, make perhaps most likely make a shortcut. So here I can probably try to this will carry all the deformed bones with them, so okay, but they would be moving proportionally, right? Tweak lips, no they aren't, so let's do that. Maybe that will help in reposition, probably not anyways. So this is a mess, too many. Let's not use these automations for now. So Okay, and we'll leave these ones maybe. No, not even these ones. Alright, so it's all disabled. They all have got the same shrink wrap thing, but it's disabled also. Oh, these ones. Okay, let's... What's happening there? Why? Oh, they are symmetric. Okay, I wasn't checking. So there they are. So let's just... They are not parented to the control mount, so that's fine. I'm gonna... Let's move this to the corner there. The positioning of these bones is not super relevant right now, but let's see how the rig does here. They got them like aligned with the mesh in some sense, but the head of the bone is sort of out sometimes. These bones are not shrink wrap into the mesh like I have tried sometimes, so even their tail, they are interpenetrating, intersecting, so this is not really a problem. They are all, but this is interesting, they are aligned orthogonally in relation. I totally forgot about this feature with this. So this can be interesting in the way the mouth rotates, because this will adapt. So I totally forgot about this setup. So this is not hard to set up. Let's try to... I don't think this is required, but that can be interesting. Right now I don't remember how to achieve that. So let's try. That will... The bad thing is that it will force me to create... Yeah, so we're gonna deal with more alignment of bones here. Yeah, I'll have to change the alignment of the bones. Okay, so this will be the upper mouth. So let's just align there and move it. I don't remember right now why I have aligned them. So what I need here is to align here, then rotate -90 and reset the roll. Then this move there, align with here 90 degrees. Well, 90 degrees, reset roll. I think I just typed it wrongly. Alright, then do that, align here, then rotate Z 90, rotate, yes, the rotate Z, no, it's -90, no, -90. So why doesn't... What's happening there? This looks like crazy, right? So this axis is wrong. There we go. So, but it's positive 90. So this is still my control out. So reset this roll. Z is up. Z is up. Yeah, I think that's should be okay. So here, oh, also this is not well aligned. So it didn't work. Now it worked. Ah, the reset roll. Alright, so I cannot reset roll. What I can do is, if I really want the Z pointing up, I'll have to get just this rotate Y rotate Y 9, no, is roll, control R 90, no, control R negative 90, no, is positive 90. Yeah, and then this one, there we go. So I don't know why negative 21 and 21, but that will be the, yeah, then this completely wrong, but that's okay for now. Okay, they are not automating any bone, but I can just change this reality by having this and this being enabled to start with. So yeah, to simplify, let's try to get this just no. This is the upper one, so what is this? What's the shape that this was supposed to be? It seems that I have it all inverted now. Maybe I need a 108 rotation here. Yeah, I guess that's like this, yeah. Yeah, so this looks very awkward, but there we go. So maybe that will help. And this one, I think the same idea here. Yeah, okay, that's now I can just delete this bone. So let's see what that can do. Why it is, yeah, it's moving the arcades, and I should try to ignore that, but this could be some, this could cause some problem. Let's see if I can change this transforms there by just, yes, mechanism arcade, no, Yes, by just disabling this. Okay. So, but then now these are not following for some arcade. Oh, they are following arcade up and arcade down, of course. So let's temporarily build this direct contact here. Copy. Yeah, actually, just do that and. Actually, this is not accurate. Let's parent this to yeah, so let's get all these parented here. So very I also forget these ones, and so this is the left one. Let's get these to the maybe some 90, no, 90, no, 180, not sure, then that is wild. Yeah, maybe 180, let's see what I can do here, maybe that. Yeah, sort of a negative. Probably will require that 1, 2, or maybe just that one. Yeah, maybe just that one. So, and the X, no, the Y, there we go. And as terrible that this is, it still can be used, so let's just symmetrize that. Okay, so now I have these motions, but all these bone constraints, yeah, so control meltdown. Wait, copy transforms up. Okay, it is working that, but not this, because this is a parenting thing. Yeah, and so they are. So let's do this thing here. Okay, so this will still move them, but not. Okay, so this is wave painting problem. Yeah, I'm still moving symmetrically. Okay, so we're getting interesting results there. That's actually quite interesting. The mouth is not so much deforming on the, yeah, as I try to cross it to the other side, but of course the deformed bones are sticking in place. I need to improve this, and this means that let's just parent these to, yeah, let's just make a very in principle, all those bones should be parented to the mouth position. Yeah, they all have the same parent, which is okay. Let's try that, or not yet. No, I'm still making a slight differentiation here. The result will be the same if it's parenting, if they are snapping to the in the end, because I'm not even touching those yeah, except for the top ones. But so okay, these will do that, these will do that, and these would do that. Yeah, so but overall by parenting they all will follow that. So let's see. Yeah, so now I have an impression. Alright, so we can see that we're starting to get somewhere with the crossing of the mouth to the other side. So this is very positive in relation, despite the high deforms here, which crazy deforms, but I'm having high value here on these. Also, let's make sure that anything there is not disrupting my rig. Maybe some, yeah, this shrink wrap might be dangerous, so let's turn it off. This armature deforms just for itself, so it doesn't matter. Yes, let's see what else could be creating problems. Yeah, let's check here also. No, not for the eyes, but for the mouth again. No, just okay, nothing special here. Then yes, the body, maybe it has got some shrink wrap muzzle. Now that is fine. Shrink wrap lips, what is that for? I don't. Oh, this is for, okay, this is a trick I was trying. So no problem like here, no problem here, no problem. Okay, so it's all set, so it shouldn't be. Okay, so really dealing with. Okay, so the bones stay in place, right? And we are having mostly interesting follow-up. The mesh doesn't get too crazy, and remember, I still have some work to do on the wave painting fixing, right? But this is actually, the mesh of the mouth doesn't get deformed too much or in a crazy way. Still getting some strange. Do I have the dynamic? Well, I've changed the geometry. Yeah, I've changed the geometry of the muzzle, so let's do that again. But actually, instead of doing that and having to repeat that over and over again, I'm gonna try to economize time. I will do instead the, yeah, what I should be doing instead is the wave painting first, and wave painting is annoying, so I think I shouldn't be doing it right now. So I think that's enough for today. This was good improvement. There's still a lot to do, but it's clear that these changes that I've done today are getting this somewhere very, very slow pace, but we are getting steadily improving. So maybe I'm not sure if in the end I'm going to succeed, but at least I am trying, and I'm getting closer to this. And if there is anything that I might be missing here, this one other feature, I think it's not related to this, so yes, it can be. Oh, I've deleted the wrong one. this one. Yeah, so this is not responsible. This was that future I just delete wasn't responsible for this. So you see, we can have very smooth results there. And the so why can't I have something like this yet? So more to be achieved here. This mouth interior has nothing to do with what will happen to the lips and to the muzzle. So it's a completely different aspect. So basically now it's just a struggle of wave painting and getting yeah, and getting these shapes adapted. So the shape of the lips, so of course this simplification should be one. Oh, actually there's another problem. The shrink wrapping, I'll show you right now because this is extremely important, and maybe I need to revise that too. So basically there is a shrink wrap here, outer, and what is this? Outer. Okay, so they are both these are just reinforcements, so just checking that. So I just need one to have the rig working. So you need what I need to do here, so is the make sure that this outer, let's see how it looks, the wave painting. So it's called outer. It's locked because it's so important apparently, and so fundamental, right, for the magic trick to happen. You see that the as soon as there are influence on that mesh, but not on the as soon as you get into the lip. So one thing that maybe I should undo on my rig is precisely, maybe I should dissolve this mesh there. Yeah, maybe I should dissolve that. I can make a test, right? Let's try to change the materials here. Just get here. So I don't know, it has this. Oh, this is just some. Okay, so I've dissolved. So now the rig is exactly as the. So what we'll see happening here? Well, the lips don't go crazy. Well, sometimes they go, but there we have, it's maybe a wave painting problem, and we're overlapping the, right? But we see that, oh, and also my shrink wrapping modifier might not be taking into account properly the mesh that is going to be shrink wrapped. Yeah, you see there, it is shrink wrapping perhaps too much that part. I can really easily access this if I find this. Okay, muzzle here, muzzle shrink wrap is this one. Hold on. What happened? Wave paint mode, right? Muzzle shrink wrap. Maybe more waves there. Yeah, so the transition here in this rig is harsher, while here not that much. So if I were to redo that thing, I would need to perhaps get where is this? So yeah, like just get this one, then with this let's yeah, alright, let's say, yeah, this is 0. So no, let's go in edit mode, let's pick this one, and let's, okay, this is the size, so let's change this. Currently this is Control X, no, Control X, this is like that, so let's make it like Control X, now maybe a little less. And then the greens, what about here? Shift X, this is, no, it's a lot, yeah. Alright, but then, okay, it was about, it's more than that, so Control X. Let's see now. Yeah, so this is wave painting, is because this right, so if I can get these bones not to interact crazily, then so you can see that we're getting good collaboration now, at least better than before. So yeah, I don't know where's the bones that I need to shape the, there we go, the corner there. The more bones, apparently the more difficult, but so maybe something else to do, right? Have lesser bones, but I'm concerned that without enough bones I cannot shape all the expressions I want. So, but maybe I have indeed too much. Here I have 1, 2 for the corner, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like, let's check here. Just one for the corners. Yeah, so maybe this is smarter to do than 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just one to the center. Yeah, that's it. Pairs. So good thing to consider, right? There's not even the main controllers, right? So it's okay for me to delete these bones and try to simplify. So, but that will be, besides the wave painting, that will be for the next time. So it is clear that, I don't remember what I did that, it was, the shrink wrapping, the change there. Okay, so we're gonna save here, folks. This is a lot very interesting change already, and I'm being able now to get better shapes here. Yes, this is actually very interesting, folks. Yes, this is starting to work finally. There's a long time I wasn't able to make this simple shape from posing, so this is actually very satisfying, even though it's, yes, now I'm sure I will be able to get somewhere just because I'm seeing those events happening. So now it's just a question of getting all the deforms more precise. So now it's more about waving. So there are more things that I will have, of course, to do, but to address, but this is really starting to get somewhere of interest, not of plausible application after a lot of trouble trying to implement the rig on my own project, on my way, of course. And so here we see that although not fantastic expression, right, is starting to feel expressive. Yeah, this is really a matter of fixing the waves, and the mesh is okay, but there's also yeah, a few other strategies I have in mind, but I haven't completed the follow-up on the on all that I can do to make this more similar to the universal sonic mount rig out there. So with a few more tweaks as I'm doing, I think the method will be I'll be able to reproduce the method, the good results of the method on this rigged character. And so this is extremely important for my plans. And here, of course, this is happening still wave painting, right? And that's probably, and this also, I don't have that very smooth surface here to in which to do this. But then if we check the wave paintings here, we also realize that yeah, it's very smooth. There are really no waves here, so it's very slight subtle influence, and that's what matters. And while this one contains a lot more of influence, could be even more, right? So it's now more about ratios. And so I'll keep developing this, and we're getting somewhere finally. Now I'm convinced the final result should be good enough for at least considering that the stylization on a, let's say, a first successful attempt of character adaptation from 2D to 3D, even though I won't give up on the newest idea that I have in mind, which is to convert my work, right, my CG artwork into really stuff that are way less realistic, that are more low poly, really more low poly, like a whole shift in my starting career, maybe my experience in 3D art. I think it will make more sense to all the characters I want to create, the style. The truth is that no matter what I do on 3D, the more realistic, the more challenging it will be for me to get the style that I want. So doing it, there is a certain level of organic that can be faked with 2D, 3D, half 3D, 2.5D, whatever methods. And what I've been perceiving, just as a conclusion, is that okay, let's assume I solve those rigs. Oh, all that is very smooth, that's very cool, and stuff is working. Well, this is a ton of job for just a single character. And for me, since for me a character is like a project, right? And I need plenty of cards, and I want to do a lot of other things, not only characters, right? So in this strategy of a one man's project, I want to be able to do everything. So one strategy is to get familiarized with and learn, right, the ultra economic techniques. If it were 2D, we could talk not about pixel art, which is not exactly economic, but simplified styles, right? Stylization. My drawings usually are actually very stylized. So you see why I need the lips to be bulkier, have more. It looks very weird like that, and so I need to. This is why I need to, not on certain exercises. This is why I intend to get them operative with special trick, the anatomic shape key, a static shape key that will shape the anatomy of the lips I already talked on top of that bypasses the armature deform. So they have nothing to do with the armature deforms. They don't interfere with the skinning algorithm. They will come later, so they will build up on top of that, in principle, whichever the poles I will have. So what I'll have, the problem is that I will have to find a way to get this mesh that is currently here to the front. So I can build it from here, but I think this will fail. Some part, the mesh of the lips currently, because I dissolved one face loop, is not shrink wrapped. Okay, so this will be further investigated. I need to remember what works and what not, but I knew how to find a solution for that, and now because I'm remaking, I have to revise even that. So the other strategy for not hyper low poly, but lower poly strategy, low texture strategy, whatever, image texture, like retro game stuff, would be to have a mouth shaped like, could be texture, right? But I want to do it with some sort of how do you call that stuff, boolean, right? I want to shape the boolean that will shape a hole in the face, so I won't have to deal with so I'll fake this lot of things. So this is a strategy that already exists, and I think it's very interesting. But for this model and this complexity, I doubt that it will be too good. I think this approach of the universal sonic mouth rig will be more adaptive to what I am doing here. And so that's why I'm considering on the parallel approach, that's lower poly stuff, lower render stuff, whatever. I'm considering having everything on a simplified way, and so that will make a major change to the mouth. So even the mouth interior, because I've already see what means mouth interior in 3D, it's super complicated to get, especially to get it work on a character that imagine the Pixar stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. The character opens the mouth, and then what do you do with the teeth? Yeah, okay, you can scale, yes I can, but look at that. So how do you prevent that? Yeah, and then okay, I have the mouth going there. There are a lot of problems that the 3D universe creates. So this is why if I had the mouth interior or some sort of fake 3D stuff, it will be much simpler. I could do that here, but I doubt that it will be, yeah, it doesn't seem to fit well for this. But for a simplified model, yes, that will totally fit. Okay folks, oh, there's also an idea I could shape with shape keys, but I will still, yeah, I'm still on the armature deforms automation for that. So that's it folks, thanks for watching. Sorry about the excessive chatting, and now it's time for me to say goodbye. So see you tomorrow. I'll have much more work to do. Thanks for watching, take care, and happy blending folks as usual. See ya folks.